everyone, this is Yael with the weekly message of the Divine Masculine to his beloved, the Divine Feminine, for the week of May 8th to the 14th. And as always, I've already shuffled the cards and prayed over them. And at the bottom of the deck, these are the cards that we got, okay? First, we have the Four of Coins. And look, this is actually a major improvement. Because if before the Divine Masculine was very closed up, okay, sometimes it's the Four of Coins, but in this particular deck, in the other decks I mean, the Four of Coins or the Four of Pentacles, it's an energy of hoarding, keeping to himself, very closed. But I was guided to use this particular deck for the message. And the Four of Coins, look, the coins are not in the grasp of this man. They're actually sort of floating in the air as he paces, trying to figure out what to do with what he has. Okay? So, it's sort of an assessment of the material possessions or situation in 3D of the Divine Masculine. And the next card is here. We have the Tower card again. If you listen to the Twin Flame Weekly reading, the Tower card was also prominent there. See? So it says that this assessment, again, brought on by this Tower moment in the Divine Masculine's life. And here we have the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups, here we have a maiden. There are Seven of Cups in front of her. Four of those are on fire. There is a volcano there. But this is, this has to do with relationships. Trying to sort out what he still has and what he's lost. So, again, assessment, but now more focused in terms of relationships. And then we have the Knight of Cups. And this Knight of Cups, these are very intense feelings. As can be seen with this knight that's on his horse. He wants his horse to move. He wants to, he's doing it rather clumsily. And you can see that the horse is almost resentful there. But that's just the extent of his feelings. And depending on the context of the reading, because sometimes this requires self-examination on the part of who this pertains to. And in this case, it's the Divine Masculine. Because this time, after he's awakened, after this Tower moment, like I said, he's going to want it fast. He's been going through that dark night, all leading up to his epiphany. And now that he's there, it's like a light bulb going off in his head. So what have I been doing all this time? So it's double time for him. Okay? So, yes. Oh, there. I should read this too. And the card after the Knight of Cups is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is harmony. It's harvest. It's reconciling differences. To be in this place of harmony with the Four of Wands. And you know the Four Wands, they make the number 1111. Okay, not in this particular deck, because here, look, all the points, they get connected. It's like the Divine Masculines right now, after their epiphany, wondering what to do and all that, they're connecting the dots, okay? And they're trying to figure out, they're realizing that oh my, it all fits together. He didn't see that before because his vision was clouded, whether it be by the karmic, ego, and everything else. But now he sees how these dots are connected, and the divine blueprint is now made clearer to him. Anyway, let's go to the main cards for the main message, okay? First card we have for the divine masculine is the Queen of Wands. And look, this reflects the energy of this incessant pacing after the Tower moment. This is a flustered energy that he's almost tripping over himself. These are the scripts that he's written, because this queen, it's almost as if she's on a stage and there are drapes, okay, and she's tripping over them. The scripts that she's written, they're flying all over in the air, and it's like what he's feeling after getting through the obfuscation of, I am in so much pain, I don't know what to do, okay? And because all these things that he's planned, it's like, when I say plan, this is his plan prior to being enlightened, prior to getting a whiff of what the divine plan is for him. It's like his plans are up in the air. Those plans that he's concocted for himself have been vetoed and overwritten by what has been designed for him by the divine, from the beginning, since he is a divine masculine. And he's feeling this energy, this very flustered energy after that Tower moment. And the next card that we have is the Hierophant. And he's telling his counterpart that he's had this breakthrough. This is breaking through to the other side. I forget the title of the song, but it's Break On Through to the Other Side, okay? Because here, if the Magician, you know, the Magician card, it's having the tools, practicing the trade to manifest this magic. This Hierophant, he's sort of a shaman. He can conjure all these spirits, these spirit animals, spirit guides. He is magic. He has become that being that he has strived to become. Okay? It's like playing music, and you don't need the sheet music anymore because you can follow it. There are some musicians like that, and I don't know if you can relate, because sometimes they hear the tune. They don't have to read the notes because they can play it already. All they need to hear is the tune. And that's sort of what's happened to the divine masculine. He's learning that, oh, this is second nature to me, to be the divine masculine. Because before, it did not even cross his mind that he could be such an empowered divine being. He was bogged down by stereotypes, those paradigms, old paradigms that we have of the masculine. And coupled with that are the paradigms of shame, of guilt, of being the provider, and doing that out of obligation and not out of love. Okay, so here, this is a breakthrough. He's telling his divine feminine that. And the next card that we have is the King of Cups. And it's a lovely card to have in the middle of the spread. Because, again, remember, what is he? I told you, it's like he is magic already. He's no longer practicing to be the magician. He has become magic. Okay? And here, this is the embodiment. The King of Cups is the embodiment of unconditional love. So he's there on his throne, very balanced. You see the symmetry of the card here, and the cup behind him. So there is this knowing now, there is this realization that he not only is a being of love, but that he is the king. And by that, I mean, because a king has to look over his subjects, has to see to it that their welfare is taken care of, that they're in a good place. And being the wielder of unconditional love, that's when he imbibes that this is more than just a romantic relationship. This has so many layers, and Shrek is coming to my mind. He's like an onion, so many layers, that now, little by little, with the help of the Divine Feminine, those layers were being peeled off to reveal himself. But now we come to the core, and the Divine Masculine realizes that. Okay? And the next card that we have is the King of Coins. Okay? So, if this is emotional, this is the practical. And the King of Coins, here we see a depiction of a man in an outdoor library. And he's trying to, I don't know, research something through these books. But what would serve him more, because he is the King of Coins, this means that he's taking into account, based on prior experiences, based on things that happened before. It pertains to something that has happened before and that has previously been recorded, so to speak. And there is this analysis, this research, this looking back, because like this card, okay, and the general energy of the reading, remember, he's doing this because he's trying to connect the dots. And that's also part of his, that will contribute to his epiphany. But then, because he is the King of Coins, and that is practical, that is earthy, that's not merely theoretical. After this, that's when he's going into the practical. Okay? But for some Divine Masculines, they are just in the process of connecting the dots and seeing that they all come together. It's like a puzzle. You know, when you open a box of, when you open a puzzle, okay, let's say it's 1,000 pieces, it's like you don't know where to start. You start with the edges, you try to sort them out, same color, if the picture is very vivid. But little by little, when you start doing the puzzle, it gets easier because you see the bigger picture and you see where each piece falls there. And perhaps there is also that realization in retrospect that you've been trying to fit the wrong piece into the wrong space. Because if you've ever done a puzzle, you would know that those puzzle pieces, they look terribly alike, okay? But it's only when you look at the bigger picture that you see that this one is perfect for over here, when all this time you've been forcing this other puzzle piece to fit in there. Okay? So there. And the last card we have is, wow, the High Priestess. And you see here, the High Priestess, in this particular card, you can see the various aspects of the Divine Feminine all in one card. You have the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone. Okay, and that is the evolution of how you get into the fullness of being a divine feminine. You go through all of the aspects to become whole. And the divine masculine, especially for those who have been tied up, bound by prior situations that, of course, they have entered into, whether that be prior families, karmic relationships, and they were still in the mother stage, okay? That they felt they had to nurture and stay there until, you get what I'm saying? Now that has evolved into the crone, where our divine masculine has come into the wisdom now. That the mothering, this aspect at least, he has grown beyond that. And that is why he now can see the bigger picture. This is like maturing on a soul level. Okay, even if, let's say, there are a lot of old souls on this planet, because especially if most of you are twins, you've had several lifetimes. But then again, because you incarnate here, and you have to start from being a toddler until you grow up. There are certain things that you already know, but living this life in a particular incarnation, there is also a curve for maturity in 3D, okay, which has little to do with how mature your soul is, but that's because you're in a new body and you have to. There's also nurture, the environment that you grow up in, which also helps you access your cosmic consciousness. Okay? So, anyway, what I'm saying is that our divine masculines, they've come to this place, and they're telling their divine feminines that, look, he is the divine masculine. He's taking his place at the throne. And that's why in the Twin Flame weekly reading, look, that's why it said there that divine feminines, you can rest easy now because I got this. Okay? It's his time to shine. It's his time to come into all of this and to experience the joy and the discovery that comes with that. Just imagine the time wherein you discovered that you were a twin, you discovered that you had all these powers that make you seem like a superhero at times, okay? Our divine masculine is going through that, and that's very nice. And quickly, let's pick some clarifiers for this, okay? Okay, for the Queen of Wands. Okay, this is again his internal debate. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? Flustered energy. Hierophant. See, here, our divine masculines have received a promotion from the divine, elevating. It's like he's upgraded now, which is good news. Okay, for the King of Cups. King of Cups. This, here you see him in balance, but you see him looking also at those, it's like a discerning look, trying to observe, because he knows that being this King of Cups, being a twin, being an emissary of light, there are those who want to dim that light or to suppress it. And perhaps he's come to the realization that some of the people around him are not for his highest good. That's why he's standing in balance. That's why he's trying to figure out how, okay, how he's going to deal with all of this, to come into, to connect the dots and figure out what his next steps are. And for the King of Coins, okay, see, this is intelligence, smarts, again, researching, trying to figure out how everything is falling into place. And for the High Priestess, okay, this is a fort. This is a garrison. This is sort of a detachment, because he's still trying to get messages directly from the divine. Do you get what I'm saying? And for other divine feminines, don't take this personally if he does this in 3D. The divine masculines, sometimes they need to detach, or even you, even the divine feminines, to come into their knowing. And that's what he's doing. And if he does that, you have to trust him, because he has the aspects of the crone now. So there's wisdom there. He has become that. He has access now. So, of course, this is a general reading. If your divine masculine hasn't gotten to this stage yet, because we all go at different paces, although the destination is the same, then please do consider the tools that are being offered to still continue assisting your divine masculine. There is the fast track to twin flame union, but I do highly recommend the RASHEEBA healings, because this energy is one that is walking in divine light, wherein the divine light within them is finally activated, and the code for divine union, the symbols, are drawn into them. So please do look at that, the advanced RASHEEBA healing sessions. And this is actually a nice message for those who have received the wake-up call, okay, and are heeding it, coming into their own. Okay, so that's what I have for you, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.